Right. Do you hear that? Well, that's the sound of a man who just wanted a place to sit tonight. But I ended up here with a 400-piece puzzle and a full-blown existential crisis. Welcome to my new natural habitat, the kingdom of styrofoam. You know, I had a plan for today. It was a clean, organized, intellectual plan, yes. But modern life decided I needed to spend 4 hours trying to figure out the difference between screw A and screw B1, which are identical, I swear. But the manual insists that if you swap them, your house will implode. So, we never know. So I'm sitting here, surrounded by instruction manuals written in what looks like ancient prophecy, wondering when exactly we decided that progress meant making everything 10 times harder than it needs to be. Today we are talking about the bureaucracy of the obvious, you know? How did we go from pressing a button to scanning a QR code just to make a piece of toast? Simplicity is that, and we are the ones paying the monthly subscriptions for its funeral.
Unfiltered outsider. Unfiltered outsider.
So, here we go. Episode 30, huh? Welcome back. Hello. I'm Noah. And if you are expecting a deep philosophical lecture today, well, you are in the wrong place. Again. Today my entire existence is defined by a single metal washer sitting on my floor, you know? And I have no idea where it came from. But it's looking at me with poor judgment. Let's talk about the instruction manuals, right? Or as I like to call them, the Bible of mediocrity. I bought a toaster recently, you know? A toaster. The concept is ancient, you know? Bread goes in, heat happens, and toast comes out. No science. But the box contained a 300-page book. 290 of those pages were legal warnings to prevent the company from being sued by people who try to dry their hair in the slots, I don't know. Oh, do not use as a foot warmer. Do not submerge in volcanic lava. Come on. Why are we like this? Why do we allow our intelligence to be insulted in 40 different languages, you know? The section in my language usually looks like it was translated by a robot having a stroke. Insert the fluffy rod into the destination hole. What rod? What destination? I just want a piece of bread with butter, you know, not a treasure hunt. And then there's the ghost manual, you know, the new trend where brands decide to be eco-friendly, which we all know is corporate speak for we are too cheap to print paper, but whatever. They give you a sticker, you know, with a QR code. Scan to learn how to not blow up your house. What if I don't have battery, you know? What if my Wi-Fi is slower than turtle with arthritis? We've turned the simple act of assembling a chair into a process that requires a stable internet connection and 5G. Now it's 5G. It's the bureaucracy of the obvious, you know? We are being excluded from our own products unless we have a smartphone glued to our hands. But the real psychological torture is the leftover pieces. Oh my God. You finish building the furniture, you know? You've sweated, you've bled, you've cursed in language you didn't know you spoke. And then there it is. A little tiny screw. My friend. Is it an extra? Like a little congratulations gift from the factory? Or is it the one piece keeping the shelf from crushing my TV at 3 a.m.? It's gaslighting, you know? Pure and simple. The industry is testing our sanity, you know? Making us feel like incompetent children just because we can solve a puzzle that shouldn't exist in the first place. But let's go deeper. Because it's not just about the manuals or physical pieces anymore. It's about how we don't even own what we buy anymore. Have you noticed how everything is now fragmented? You buy a product, but you're only getting the part one, you know? It's like buying a car and then you're finding out that you have to pay a monthly fee to use the heater. Well, it's actually happening. Companies are literally locking fixtures behind a paywall for products you already paid for. It's the micropayment society, you know? You want the machine to work to its full potential? Download the app. You want the app to stop showing you ads you didn't ask for? Pay the premium. You want the software to not crash every 5 minutes? Well, make sure you updated your subscription status. Oh, my friend, we have become tenants of our own belongings. And I'm sitting here, surrounded by gear. And I realize that if a single company decides to change their terms and conditions tomorrow, half of this room becomes expensive paperweight. Why are people like this? Why did we agree to this deal, you know? Well, probably because we are addicted to the new. Yes, we want the gadget, you know, the shiny light, the 4K lens. And we are willing to trade our sanity or our bank accounts for it. We trade simplicity for a smart version of things that make us look pretty stupid when Wi-Fi goes down. And that brings me to a confession. Look at me. Or rather, listen to me. I'm in my pajamas, you know. No socks, poor comfort. And you know what? Comfort is dangerous. Comfort makes you observant, you know. But it doesn't make you sharp. It makes you a spectator of your own life. And that's why I'm doing this. Well, that's why I'm fighting these manuals and these cables. I need to get out of this pajama state. I need to put the lens in front of my face, not for the vanity of it, for sure, but because I need that pressure. I need to look into the camera and feel the weight of what I'm saying. I want to move from just observing the nonsense to actually question it, face to face. Even if you are listening, well, the tone is going to change, I hope. You are going to hear the part of me that isn't just hiding behind the screen, but the other part that is stepping into the chaos to find some clarity. We are upgrading, but we are not becoming smart. We are becoming more human, you know? And being human is messy and complicated, and usually involves a leftover screw that you'll find under your shoe 3 weeks from now. We never know. I'm going to leave you with a challenge tonight. Stop being a passive tenant of your own life, you know? Next time you see a QR code where a simple sentence should be, well, or next time you are staring at a leftover screw from a piece of furniture, don't just sign and accept it. Question it. Why are we making everything so damn difficult? So, now I'm going back to my boxes, you know? I have a tripod that seems to have more moving parts than a Swiss watch, and a light that only turns if I pray to the Wi-Fi gods in 3 different languages. It's a mess. But it's my mess, it's alright. And don't forget, April 1st. Mark your calendars. The anthem drops. Our official song, huh? The ultimate satire of all this human nonsense we have been dissecting. It's loud, it's unfiltered, and it's the perfect soundtrack for your next mental breakdown over a flat-pack wardrobe. In the meantime, well, go find us on the socials. Follow at Unfiltered, or find me at the Jackman. I want to hear you. What was the last thing you tried to build that almost made you quit society? Did you have pieces left over? Was the manual written in a language that doesn't exist? Send me your photos of the mystery screws. And for everyone out there just trying to plug something in without needing a therapist, well, I see you. Uninfluenced, unpaid, unfiltered. I'm Jackman, and this is the Unfiltered Outsider.
Unfiltered outside of. Unfiltered outside of.